The European copper beech. The original purple leaf beech was discovered in a forest in Germany before 1772, and it became the most common beech in 19th century gardens. There are several species of the beech, but the queen of the beech family is the European beech. The species that is most commonly grown as an ornamental tree is the European beech, being native in Europe and cultivated in North America. There are several varieties of the European beech. Those being cultivated are primarily the weeping beech, being the most popular, several varieties of the copper or purple beech, the fern-leafed beech, and the tricolor beech. The Dulwich beech occurs in green, gold, and purple forms, named after Dulwich Garden in the Scottish Borders, one of the 4 garden sites of the Royal Botanic Garden, Edinburgh. Any pruning should be done in the early fall or early summer. In Europe, the timber can be used to build chalets, houses, and log cabins. The European copper beech trees were brought to America in the mid-1700s by the colonists. After that, the wealthy families had them shipped over for their estates. This tree has remained a popular ornamental shade tree since then. These trees can reach a mature height of 60 to 160 feet. This magnificent tree can have a spread of 2/3 its height. The tree can live anywhere from 150 to 300 years. The European beech trees usually have a shallow root system, but an expansive one. We believe our European copper beech tree at Zara Estate was planted by the Slaughter family in the late 1800s. During this time period, European copper beech trees were known to be trees of the wealthy families. In the late 1800s and the early 1900s, many of the great estates planted the copper beech trees. This tree is very fascinating, with its elephant-like appearance, having a smooth light gray bark, yet wrinkled in parts to resemble the folds of an elephant's skin. Its several spreading branches appear to be like the trunks of separate trees. The roots showing above surface also add to the elephant-like appearance. The beautiful purple to copper color of the new leaves in the spring is breathtaking. This tree has higher levels of the pigment anthocyanin, which hides the green color of the pigment chlorophyll, especially in the sunlit areas. Under the canopy of this tree, the leaves are greener due to the sun not reaching them. As summer comes to an end, the leaves appear more green in color, but still have a purple hint on the edge of the leaves. In the autumn, the leaves turn a brilliant golden yellow. After all the other surrounding trees have lost their leaves, the leaves of this tree are still hanging on to this massive beech tree. In winter and into the early spring, there are still several brittle dead leaves hanging on from the previous year. This tree needs good drainage, and the mulch should help with that. It is not advised to have heavy foot traffic under this tree, for the more foot traffic, the more compact the soil would become, leading to less drainage. The roots of this tree need plenty of oxygen and drainage. The European beech is known to start flowering when it is between 30 and 80 years old. The flowers will appear soon after the leaves in the spring and are called catkins. Our tree flowered in the spring of 2011. The small triangular seeds are called beech nuts or mast, usually 2 to a cupule. The seeds mature and drop to the ground in the autumn. The tree does not usually flower 2 years in a row. Though in history humans used to eat the European beech nuts, it is no longer advised, for in large quantities they are poisonous to humans. The nuts are said to have a strong bitter taste. The nuts are a great source of food for many species of animals, and the squirrels seem to love them. In England, the nuts used to be pressed, and the oil from the nuts was used in cooking and for lamps. The nuts were also soaked to leach out the tannins and ground into flour. In Germany, before the development of paper, beechwood tablets were used. Andrew Jackson Downing, a 19th century horticulturist, described in 1859 the finest copper beech in America, 50 feet tall, on the grounds of Thomas Ashe. Thomas Jefferson planted a European copper beech tree at his home. Abraham Lincoln used to read under a copper beech. Theodore Roosevelt planted a European copper beech at his home in Cove Neck, Sagamore Hill, New York, in 1894. He purchased his tree from Hicks Nurseries, founded in 1853. A note of interest is that Roosevelt was in Waverly, New York in 1899, visiting at Senator Johnson's home on Park Avenue. In 1905, the trunk of Roosevelt's tree was about 8 inches in diameter. In 2003, the trunk was 4 feet around. What was over a century ago only obtainable by the wealthy, today the European copper beech trees are widely available for all.